We'll ask on the different charges for the maximum penalties, and there's obviously many people that are looking at life under this indictment. You're absolutely right. These are serious times. They're serious allegations, and it is my opinion that violence in our community deserves maximum penalties.
Young Thug's lawyer Brian Steele has responded to the state when they tried to tell YSL lawyers to shut up. We've been talking about this for several days, but now we have Brian Steele coming back, y'all, and he's going to go directly at Fonnie Willis. Take a look at this video. You're going to see where Fonnie is out here talking about the case and why Brian Steele says, look, you shouldn't be doing that, so you definitely shouldn't tell us that we can't talk to defend our clients. And on this video, we're going to use a voice to try to get that real Brian Steele feel to this motion, y'all. So hopefully you like it. Enjoy, drop your comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and here we go.
On or about July 23rd, 2024, the state filed a motion to restrict extrajudicial statements. Mr. Williams's counsel's statements referenced in the state's motion do not violate the plain language or spirit of any ethical rule. In contrast, the state failed to alert this honorable court that before and during jury selection, when the potential jurors were not fully charged to avoid all media reports concerning this indictment, the following occurred.
And so with that, I'll turn it over to the DA.
Thank you, Chief Bryant. Today I'm joined by the Atlanta Police Chief, Chief Rodney Bryant, as well as my sheriff and our sheriff, Sheriff Patrick Labatt. We are here today about a grand jury indictment that was returned that included not just Jeffrey Williams, which is of some notoriety and media attention, but about 28 defendants that operated within our community between the time period of 2012 and 2022. It is our allegation that they operated as a criminal street gang and commenced to do havoc in our community. That havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of thefts, crimes involving drugs. I've made no secret about it, nor any apology, that as the District Attorney of Fulton County, my number one focus is targeting gangs. And there's a reason for that. They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that we are seeing within our community. And so they have to be rooted out of our community. I said just a week or two ago, it does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office, and we are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
Lawyer Love's motion to restrict extrajudicial statements must be rejected. It is rich, audacious, and hypocritical that the state seeks to critique as unethical the single statement by Mr. Williams's counsel, which contains accurate factual assertions. As an overarching principle, Rule of Professional Responsibility 3.6, Comment 1, makes clear that just like the framers of the United States Constitution envisioned almost 250 years ago, when they mandated that those accused of crimes are guaranteed the rights to a public and speedy trial.
I agree with Chief Bryant. What you see yesterday and what you will see in the upcoming months and years is the result of a lot of hard work by both the Atlanta Police Department and this office. We are proud to bring forth this indictment and hopefully to bring justice to a lot of the community who was victimized through the course you see in this indictment. But more importantly, the most important thing that we are here to do is to keep this community safe, and we believe removing these 28 defendants will keep Fulton County safer. What I'll tell you is that as large as this indictment is, I told my team that let's not be sexy, now let's not overreach, let's be conservative in our approach, which is always the approach that I take. And in taking that approach, 28 defendants were indicted, and they were indicted for the crimes that I believe were appropriate for this RICO indictment. And so I won't speak to any person that is not named.
What is more relevant to the issue at hand is the commentary relating to those subject areas more likely than not to have no material prejudicial effect on a proceeding. These subject areas include 1. Information contained in a public record, 2. The scheduling or result of any step in litigation, Every factual allegation in the statement made by Mr. Williams' counsel is contained in the public record. Specifically, Mr. Williams has repeatedly, in public filings, as well as by and through his counsel in open court, maintained his innocence. Mr. Williams filed motions for speedy trial. The recused judge, Lawyer Love, and Lawyer Hilton have been accused of and found to have run afoul of their duties under the law. And Judge Glanville has been recused and disqualified from his role as trial judge based on a motion brought by Mr. Williams. As this honorable court is aware, Mr. Williams' trial is televised live from gavel to gavel. The coverage is available to the public at the click of a link, even when not watched live, as recordings are maintained on YouTube. Thus, the likelihood that Mr. Williams' counsel's repetition of information in the public and/or findings of the court could materially prejudice an adjudicative proceeding in the matter is absurd. Moreover, the jurors in the case have been provided cautionary instructions and admonitions countless times, at least daily over the 100+ days of trial, not to listen to anything related to this case. So, unlike pretrial comments, which the state is guilty of making, there is no basis for Mr. Williams' counsel to believe that his statement will have a substantial likelihood of materially prejudicing an adjudicative proceeding.
We'll ask on the different charges for the maximum penalties, and there's obviously many people that are looking at life under this indictment. You're absolutely right. These are serious times. They're serious allegations, and it is my opinion that violence in our community deserves maximum penalties. Yeah, and if you're already aware, we dropped an indictment not that long ago against YFN. It is certainly a tool that I believe in, which is using RICO. I believe, the reason that I believe in it as a tool is it allows juries and the communities to see the complete picture of a crime so they can truly be educated and have facts to weigh when they're making decisions. And so if you're asking, should you expect to see other RICO indictments against other street gang organizations? Absolutely.
Two questions.
If you look at the indictment, the crimes that are alleged within it go all the way back from 2012 to 2022. I wouldn't say that it contains every act of crime that YSL committed. It is a significant gang that operates here in Atlanta, Georgia, and not every member became a defendant within this indictment, but certainly a significant amount did, and certainly some of the leadership, which is what's most important. We're not going to just target the children that are running out at the direction of leaders and not target leaders. Social media is a wonderful tool for prosecutors in every indictment we bring nowadays. I believe that people in that neighborhood and at every corner of Fulton County deserve to be safe, even if it is financially lower, socially, economically. You know, I don't think that part of the community should be left behind. Me and the mayor and the police chief have talked about the fact that Cleveland in our community is referred to as Bleveland, that it is somewhere where just violence occurs, where they're marking up territory, it's blood territory. It's horrible. And you're absolutely right. That community deserves to be safe, and we are hoping that this helps to keep them safe. Well, I won't step outside of my lane. I am the district attorney of Fulton County. I am not the sheriff. I have great confidence in the sheriff. He knew that this was coming as a law enforcement partner, and I believe that he is well prepared, but you'd have to speak to him to make sure that everyone within his facility is safe. This issue's been ruled on by the courts. I knew that that question was coming. I believe in the First Amendment. It's one of our most precious rights. However, the First Amendment does not protect people from prosecutors using it as evidence if it is such. In this case, we put it as overt and predicate acts within the RICO count because we believe that's exactly what it is. This office? No, since I've been here as the district attorney, I think we've indicted probably 4 or 5 RICOs at this point. So it's a tool I use. You know, and I do not have that exact number. I can tell you approximately 10 were already in custody. I believe as of last night, we had arrested at least 3 as of last night. I expect to see more arrests today and in the upcoming weeks, but I'm realistic. It's probably going to take the next 2 weeks to get everyone in custody. In this business, I'm certain that there will be some people that won't volunteer to come into custody. There is no concern that somebody will escape being arrested. There was long ago a time sensitive importance or significance to this particular case. I was a prosecutor, as you know, for 16 years, 4 months, and 4 days in this office. The murder of Donovan Thomas in 2015 created violence like Atlanta has never seen. It was a goal of my predecessor and any person or prosecutor in this office to make sure that that family received justice, because everyone is entitled to justice. It was a commitment I made from the first day I walked into this office. Very shortly after me becoming the DA, I sat down with Mr. Thomas's mother and I made her a promise that her son was as valuable as any other person within our community, and that I would put resources on this case, and that I would do everything I could to make sure that her son had justice. And yesterday was a proud day for me.
Now, was there any connection between the killing of Young Thug's children's mother and this gang?
I don't believe any.
Okay.
Thank you.